What's good, family? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be talking about a couple of things. One, I just got logged into Twitter and I saw that Paige and Corey Graves were trending, so we'll take a look at that. Will the Forbidden Door be open? It looks like WWE is not only looking to expand its horizon, not only in the Women's Royal Rumble by bringing in Mickie James, but it looks like they may be trying to expand that Forbidden Door for the Men's Royal Rumble as well. We will cover that in a moment. And it looks like they are also, apparently, WWE is also getting sued. Dude, these people just can't catch a break. I mean, anyways, among other things that we have to talk about, I will just kind of go into it as we go into it. We may have an idea of who could be walking through that forbidden door as like speculation continues to arise. We also have somebody reacting to said speculation and giving their own 2 cents and things like that. So let's get straight into it. Why is Corey Graves trending? Well, if you guys didn't know, Corey Graves has been medically cleared to compete. What does that mean? I'm gonna show you what that means if I can find him somewhere. it literally just means what it means. Like he's literally, no, he's not the competitor. Obviously, I mean he may show up in the Royal Rumble, but per the New York Post, it's been cleared that he is now by WWE given the okay, the green lights to wrestle after a 7-year absence. Corey Graves is now currently a commentator on Raw, and he has been a previous commentator on NXT after being forced to retire. He is a former NXT Tag Team Champion with FKA Andrew Neville, now known as Pac, and we'll wait to see what the future holds. He did recently also roll up and win the 24/7 title. It'd be interesting to see if they put him in the Royal Rumble. I think it could work. We'll have to wait and see. He was actually a pretty solid wrestler. Now, the other woman that is trending, I don't know why I said other woman as if there was more than one. Whatever. Paige has been trending recently again for literally the fourth day in a row. If you guys remember my last video, the last story we covered, I was talking about that. And it looks like she's trending because everybody seems to think that she may also be an entrance into the Royal Rumble. Now, it remains to be seen how this will work. It remains to see if anything is possible with this nowadays. I think with the way that things have been going, I think she may be an entrant in the Royal Rumble. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to go on record right now and say it. She'll be a surprise entrance. Reference this video. You can even come back to me and be like, oh, well, this aged well. You could write that too. That's okay. I think she's going to be in the Royal Rumble. That's just my opinion. Paige also did the 10-year challenge, which we're going to go ahead and take a look at if I can freaking find it. Here we go. This is her 10 years ago. This is her today. Okay. So, our next story. WWE is being sued by MLW. Why are they being sued, Loso? I don't know. Let's find out. So, Major League Wrestling is suing WWE due to the fact that they are doing ongoing attempts to undermine competition in and monopolize the professional wrestling market by interfering with MLW's contract and business prospects. Meaning, WWE is pressuring other third-party companies to abandon contracts and prospective relationships with MLW, which is costing them honestly a lot of money. Especially because with this paper, I'm not going to go through all of it, but basically what this sheet says is that had MLW been able to secure some of these contracts, it would have been game breaking for the company's growth and development as a whole. But with WWE stopping this, it's basically a huge chop, and it's literally like throttling them to the like to the bottom. Like it's really bad, especially for an up and coming company like this. So that's pretty much it. That's the portion of WWE getting sued. Now we are also going to go ahead and take a look at the next story, which was um, basically previously Booker T went on to say that he thinks that if Chris Jericho was the one to go through the Forbidden Door, that he thinks they may boot him out of the building. Right? He says, let's think about this for a second. Jericho's maybe even be booed out of the building coming into a WWE arena. End of quote. Then he goes on to say, we don't know what would happen. We do not know what's going to happen if something like that was to happen right now. I would not want to test the waters on something like that right now, me personally. So that was Booker T. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think that if if Chris Jericho shows up, do you think he should show up with Break the Walls Down or Judas? I think he should show up with Judas. After all, if he's going to walk through the Forbidden Door, he might as well do it correctly. And it is his own song. Booker T goes on to tweet this yesterday as well and says, "Y'all take too many things seriously and run with it. Listen to what is said in context and you will stay out of my mentions." Meaning, I think this was to the quote of Chris Jericho. I think a lot of people may have taken this the wrong way. You got to understand, he has a podcast. He's just giving his 2 cents. There's no beef, or as they call it, heat. I want to try and use more wrestling verbiage. There's no heat. I don't think, at least me personally, like with Booker T or anybody really. I know a lot of people probably took it out of context, but a lot of people have been watching Chris Jericho for years. Like a lot of you guys watching have been watching wrestling maybe for even 20 plus years. You know what I mean? So when you hear things like this, you're like, "Whoa, really?" And then there's some of you who are new, and you're like, "Well, he's with AEW. If he comes to WWE, it's a good partnership for both companies." You know, me being a casual fan and not like super deep into everything, I think this could only help AEW even more. If you guys know, AEW allowed Chris Jericho and vice versa. WWE allowed Chris Jericho to come on the Stone Cold Broken Skull Sessions podcast, and that was like the first time that they walked through the forbidden door, if you will, AEW and WWE. If there's anyone who could bridge that gap even further, it will be Chris Jericho. Right now, AEW has a really good relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. They basically utilize Moxley to be kind of like the bridge between everything because he was the U.S. champ, the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champ at New Japan Pro Wrestling at one time. He even defended the title on AEW a couple times. It even changed hands to Lance Archer. And they even had another couple of other New Japan Pro Wrestling stars cross over as well. So I think this is great. I think this could work out for the long haul. Our last story for today, nothing too real crazy. Brian Cage is apparently trending, and not even sure why he's trending, to be honest, but according to this list here, they're saying that he's like injured / inactive, which obviously makes sense. I don't actually know why he's trending. They don't really show anything on here. But down the line, if he continues to maybe express his concerns like this, they may even eventually release him and allow him to maybe go to WWE. A lot of people are speculating that he may go to WWE. That's kind of all I got, man. I was going to talk about more. There really is nothing else currently that I feel like is newsworthy right now. But let me know who you guys think would walk through that forbidden door if it was to actually happen. Personally, Chris Jericho, moves from Impact has thrown his hat in there. We've even had the new the new X Division Impact champion. The woman that won that as well from the pay-per-view recently, she was throwing her hat in there saying that she would love to be in the Royal Rumble. There's so many people that are throwing their hats right now to try and come over from either Impact or AEW, etc. That's all I got for you guys, man. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching as always. Peace.